Hello, everybody, and welcome to Tales Does Tales, where we hear tales of initiative bring you tales of horror, intrigue, and everything that goes bump in the night. Where'd the music go? I feel like, oh, that song has like 12 seconds of dead space at the end of it, and I've never noticed it until now. I am your GM. There's the music. Everyone, okay, we're good. I am your GM, Matt, and I am so pleased to be telling this tale with our delightfully daring and frighteningly fantastic cast of players, Bun, Danny, Mark, and Haley. Hello. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Y'all ready to have a fun, spooky time?
Excellent.
Excellent. A quick shout out to our sponsors. Actually, a quick technical shout out. Mark is having some connectivity issues, so if they freeze mid-frame, we will just soldier on. We will be good live streamers and just continue on until you return from the nether void of the internets. And there's our sponsor links. Thank you, Danny, for plopping those down. We got some great spawners. You should go check them out. A quick shout out to all of those delicious spawners over in there in chat. There's a bunch of stuff, including our GameStop affiliate link and customized cartography from TA Maps. But I want to make two special shout outs. First to Fernway Dice, who has some amazing handmade resin dice sets in their Etsy shop. If you like purples and blues, their current selection is a gorgeous offering of very cool tones and sharp edges. So go check those out. And I will also shout out Level 1 Gamers, who just restocked a bunch of Super Chrome Nerdy merch, including new, and maybe I'm just excited about this and no one else thinks that this is relevant, but I just made a nice little order using our 20% off toy discount to get some adorable nerdy onesies for my little baby. and they just added like new sippy cups that have like a little dragon on top of a dice, so I got a sippy cup. It was so cute.
Well, don't talk to me for the next 15 minutes because I'm going to be scrolling through Level 1 games, all right?
There's an adorable, I'm trying to convince my wife to allow it because it's a little bit too on the edge of nerdy, but I really want to put my daughter in their adorable, like, not beholder onesie. It's just so big, the eyes are so big and glassy and cute. Ooh. Ooh.
The one, the little monster one?
Little monster. Yeah, there's a bunch of little monster onesies that have like little beholders and mimics and displacer beasts and all kinds of stuff.
Oh my god, that's so cute.
So yeah, go check them out. They have stuff for adults too, but like put your kid in nerd shit. It's great.
Yeah.
They can't say no.
They can't say
until they're old enough.
Yep. They look back on all these.
Eldritch horror and training.
I said that one, and my wife was like, "No, not allowed." And I was like,
No,
"You're no fun."
You need it.
I do need it. I might.
Because you are the Eldritch horror.
I might just order it anyway.
Cute puppy mini. I'm gonna need to see pictures of that Robert Tables.
That does sound
like
adorable.
Oh my god.
A quick content warning before we get locked and loaded. This campaign will feature cosmic and gothic horror subject matter, including unreliable narrators, hallucinations, body horror, blood, terrible monsters like rats, bats, snakes, and undead. So if fanged femme fatales are not your favorite, go check out the Tales of Initiative YouTube and catch up on all of our other shows. Or stay tuned for our other shows during the week. We're live 3 days out of the week now, because guess what? I'm so excited! I'm probably making a disaster on the other end, but I am genuinely that excited because not only is it episode 67 of Sunset Over Vengalia this week, TPK is back and premiering with Arc 3, all new characters, all new story. Haley has been teasing us with little snaps and behind the scenes stuff, and I am very excited. Is there anything?
I do think the schedule is off though. We're going to come back after the break.
No!
Yeah.
So
I think
not this Friday.
Yes, I think it's going to be after. I know. Just for timing, so we weren't going to go with the premiere and then have a break straight
and then have a
after
break
the
stream,
premiere.
yeah.
Yeah.
I find your lack of live streams disturbing.
Me too, honestly. Look, we have to have a strong word with Billy.
So I rescind my excitement. I'm now deflated.
I apologize.
I will.
Should have done that after stream. Actually, no, this is probably the best time to do it, so then you don't kill us.
Or just make them kill us faster.
Yeah.
Now I have no reason to keep you alive. So it's going to be October 6th, most likely, as the debut of TPK, correct?
Yes.
So mark your calendars. Put a notification in your phones. Schedule whatever. I don't know. I don't know how Gen Z's changing clocks, but I'm sure you're doing something weird out there. Go do that. Mark October 6th. This is something that's happening. Anything else we'd like to mention before we sink our teeth into today's game?
It's my birthday.
It is your birthday, Brian. Yes, it is.
Happy birthday.
It's my birthday today.
And you know what?
Also, it's
For your birthday, you get inspiration.
Yeah.
So at any point, you can choose to re-roll a d20.
excellent.
I wanna lock
That's
eyes with the
also
audience. This is how you know today will be deadly. What?
Oh, I was gonna say, and remember today, and also it is September.
Yes. Thank you for the reminder. September subs are 20% off. It's a great time.
30% off.
30% off.
Mm-hmm.
I keep messing that up. I don't know why, but yeah, September. Get a sub.
You just can't believe it's up to 30% off.
I know. The savings are insane. Unfathomable. It's Eldritch Horrors from Beyond the Pale of Existence at 30% off, which is more believable. I don't know. Grab a sub while you can. Not the one sitting next to you. The sub Twitch sub. I'll continue to make that joke because I'm the worst. Anything else before we begin? If not, without further ado, when last we told our tale, Mirabell, Powder, Caspian, and Lila entered the Krivpouri's building under the cover of darkness, suspecting that someone within had been spying on them. They found their way past two secret doors, one of them trapped, but did not trigger it, and discovered a secret alchemical laboratory containing foul blood extraction experiments. They did battle with the Duragar alchemist within and his undead henchmen, along with a terrifying psionic vampire. The group showed impressive teamwork, avoiding disaster and withstanding the creature's foul magic to slay the monster, who turned to ash when a specially enchanted ring burst into sunlight on his finger. Searching the lab, you all found notes explaining the complex alchemical research having to do with something called a vitae extraction system, along with the invite to the Tolstvoy's party in 3 days' time. All in all, a rousing success. After a night's rest in the closed-down candy shop, Twisted Tastes, a secret gentle laugh hideout, you all awaken, refreshed, and feeling ready to go. What is your plan? As a reminder, you do have the invite now. Lila, you still need to go and pick up that like service entrance invite, like staff invite kind of that you've arranged through Celeste with the help of Caspian. But now that you have this this invite, what is your plan for how you're getting into this party? Are you trying to forge new invitations and go in with like your own identities? Or are you going like, oh, we're the Krivpouri?
I feel
There's
like
definitely
having
risks for both. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, No, it's okay. I was gonna say, I think having one person going in as the Krivpouri, since we have their like research notes and everything like that, like we could believably pretend to be them if people try to ask about stuff. But then if we also have our own identities, that's kind of less like having to lie constantly and more just like, hey, we're just mingling and trying to, you know, schmooze up with some nobles.
I think it depends on how many
Some of
people
us are very
know.
good at lying, incredibly. Thank you very much.
Not me. I don't. Yeah. I think it depends on how many people actually know what they look like if we're pretending to be them. Because we could get caught right at the beginning.
Wasn't it like the Krivpouri kind of a small and mysterious group? Like, we know that they're just very small, but like so many details about them are mysterious, and we know why, because they're seemingly a vampire research organization.
You remember from when like the Countess was kind of bringing you in on stuff that the Krivpouri were like upstarts. Very few people knew about them. Like the fact that they were invited, that was the weird thing. That like, what does this random bunch of schmucks have to do with all of these like far more important political figures? So there is a level of maybe assumed anonymity happening. You're not sure how far that goes. You'd imagine someone there might know what the Krivpouri look like, but yeah, entirely possible you go and but occasionally your tiara is hitting a light and it's doing the gemstone like Star Trek lens flare, and I'm loving it. I'm living for it. Don't take it off. It's so great.
Okay, then let me just adjust it back. There we go.
Okay. I think
that's up to
if that's the case, I think we can probably swing that for the Krivpouri. Do any of us actually understand what's on those notes?
I remember someone rolled really well. It was either Lila with medicine. Lila with medicine, I think, rolled really well. And then, man, Caspian, I thought you also, no, I think it was Mirabell with Arcana. I think you rolled pretty well. So I think the two people that would have the best shot at this would be Mirabell, Lila. Powder, I also thought you made like an alchemist roll because you've got a little bit of experience with some alchemy from like gun stuff, like being a gunslinger.
Okay.
I think they did, but they didn't roll crazy well. Was the
I think
issue.
I just kind of knew what it was, but not like the nitty gritty.
Yeah, I think of everyone, Lila was the most involved or aware of like, because I think she was the one that rolled really well on the like something to do with preserving the blood was in there, but there was like a weird off element to it that you weren't sure about. But I will say that complicates things if Lila is doing double duty as like there to do photography and is also a member of the Krivpouri. So I will also say the Countess is here to help with whichever plan you go for. If you want to go as separate identities, the Countess can help like forge that invite and give you advantage with that strategy. If you want to go as the Krivpouri, I'd say you got a decent enough description of like the main dude that one of you could try and like disguise yourself as that guy.
We can always go as investors of the Krivpouri.
That's true, especially if nobody's really seen them. Maybe they can send out like representatives.
I was gonna ask, like, could somebody from the like Countess's group kind of help teach somebody some of the notes so that they understand the notes better? Since we'd have at least, I think, 2 more days.
Are you talking about the notes with the Krivpouri took?
Yeah.
Okay. Or
so this way somebody could potentially. Yes, this way we could kind of blend in like a lot easier if somebody tries to be like, oh, hey,
if someone tried to ask you like basic questions about the project, you'd be able to like, oh, I got this. I majored in this in college. Yeah.
I completely crammed all this before the exam, which is you asking me this very question.
Amazing. I would say yes, you would be able, the Countess, it's not in her like forte, but bullshit is in her forte, so she'd be able to at least help you like get you like, she'd be a good interviewer, right? She'd be the practice interview.
So
Yeah,
maybe
that would be-
Lila can give us like the rundown. So we can at least like bullshit our way through a conversation.
We also still need to figure out how we're gonna kind of group ourselves off, because I know Lila's gonna bring somebody to help with the camera.
At least that is the hope. And if you want, we can like fast forward a little bit in time to do that interaction to see what you're actually working with regards to invites. So if that's something interesting, I realize I just said that. I just suggested that. And yet Haley's box is empty. And so therefore we might have difficulty.
She has escaped.
She's escaped. She's in the wind. The crossover continues.
I mean, representative and 2 guards maybe wouldn't be like a bad.
I will
would
say,
be like kind of sort of norm.
for the purposes like planning numbers, the Krivpouri invite does say +2, so it is getting 3 people in per the wording of the invite.
But yeah,
Okay.
bringing in guards though would be kind of weird, because like they already said like they wouldn't really let you guys in. They just be like, oh okay, we got things covered here, shoo shoo. So we're gonna basically snazz powder up.
I mean, would it be, or would it be like, because you were personal guard for the prince?
Make a history check.
Don't they stay?
Powder, you can make a history check. Mirabell, you could also make a history check.
Oh boy.
9.
If my sheet will load.
Loading.
14.
Buffering. 14, Mirabell, you would know that like part of Coleman de Troya's like role is to like, you are always security. You're like attached to the hip. So if your noble goes somewhere, you go with them. So like bringing your own security is not outlandish. And it would definitely be expected of upper crust nobility. You don't know if the Krivpouri would qualify, although I'd say with both of those roles, those are high enough intelligence roles in general to think like there weren't even 3 living members of the Krivpouri when you went there. There was a Duragar, a vampire who's passably living, and then 2 bone dudes. So if there were 3 people going, one of them was a bone dude. So you think like probably they were expecting some level of henchman kind of attendance. So it would not.
Especially if they were like upstarts, wouldn't they want to look like they're more important than they actually are?
Yeah, so having an entourage would be like a symbol of status. The showing up with extras, you wouldn't even necessarily have to justify them, especially with it on the invite, like, hey, +2. You could show up with whoever the hell you wanted, kind of, and go in.
Dude, could we bring the Countess in if we manage to get somebody in with Lila?
Sorry, dear. I am definitely. They know me.
It looks like I don't have to worry about trying to sneak someone in on my side and upset the not the Countess. What's her name?
Celeste.
Celeste.
Yeah. If I don't have to rock the boat with Celeste, the least amount of possible, you know what I mean, asking for a second staff invite might be pushing buttons. What do you think?
I mean,
If
you
guys
could
have got an
still
invite 3.
try and nudge, just so we have at least one more person with us, just in case things get dire.
What one more person are we bringing?
Here's our
Probably-
guest.
I'd probably
No.
ask one of. Well, we could ask the Countess if
The count.
she has a man. If she has a man or some like
She doesn't have a
person,
man. She
gentleman
has a
that
woman.
She has-
Let's get that straight.
Well, she wants
man
to
as
be.
an A. I will let you discuss your romantic affairs later, but somebody from the Countess's side who could at least transport information back to her should something happen to us. And they
Sadly,
could be more
That's
low key.
us.
sadly, that's
That's
y'all.
us.
That's you. Yeah.
Oh. Pardon, I guess I thought this operation was a little bigger.
The gentle laugh is big enough. Unfortunately,
I am the inside man.
Yeah, we can't risk too many people on one, not too many eggs in one basket, so to speak.
I can definitely see.
AKA, we're the most expendable.
I didn't want to say it,
I
but
mean-
thank you.
Because I mean, I could always go in as me, and then go in as not me after carrying the camera. And then it gives me a second face to have, you know? Just as a backup. Or nothing at all. Whatever you're feeling. Just trying to decide whether or not I ask for a second invite or not. And we also had a long rest, didn't we? That was a rest. That was a sleep.
I will say, if Haley, I think you heard, if you wanted to go and see what you can get out of that invite before y'all complete the plan, you have 3 more days, right? So it's now new day. It's not tomorrow, but the next night is when the party is happening. So you have some time to plan this out. If you'd like to go and get your invite today, which is when you're expected to, and see if you can finagle another person out of it, you could do that first and then continue the planning of how do we actually want to execute this.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Get that out the way, see what invites I can muster up, and because even if you have a +2, doesn't mean you have to bring 2.
Correct. Yes.
So, better safe than sorry. I'm not going to push for it though.
So you, unless anyone else wants to do anything before Lila goes and does that, you go to the door. Oh, Caspian?
Oh, I was just gonna say, do you still want me to show up as your guard/companion and just sit silently in the back?
Yeah, show up as my guard. I will say the invite's not for you if that comes
Not
up.
for me.
But you're with me, so then it keeps up appearances of you being there with me when we're out and about. I think.
Got it.
Best idea. All right. Go.
Cool. You go to the door of the Tolstvoy Estate. Door's not even closed when you get there. This place is busy. You could tell that they're like, this is not just their normal amount of shipments. This is like party prep, and there's a lot of stuff moving in and out of the house. And you go up to one of the guards. There is a commandatora. Sorry, that might be the wrong commandatroya at the door in that full lamellar plate, and you give him the sort of, hey, we're here for this, and he goes inside and comes back out quickly with a small invite. And I'll say right off the bat, you notice this invite is very different than the one you got from the Krivpouris.
And how quickly did he leave and come back?
Oh, like seconds. It was clearly on like an inside table or something on the inside, just waiting there.
Yeah. Could I get a glance inside?
Sure, make a perception check.
Yeah.
Is there anything specific you're looking for?
I just want to see the layout of this area, like hallway to stairs,
Sure.
hallway to cupboard door, like what doors are along this hallway, just in general. 14 plus 4, 18.
18. This area leads into basically just like a back of the house kind of situation. Kitchen, but there's a wide like berth. There's no tables or anything nearby because it's like clear that like big crap comes through here and they need to offload it and move it places. So there's like very quickly a door into like a hallway. You see another door that is on like free swinging hinges. It's not locked or handled. That leads into a much nicer area. You can see that like the tile and the metallics and the beat up woods of this back room are very quickly replaced with like finery tile work. Like you can see like the shimmer of light off of crystal on the other side of that swinging door. So this is like a back of the house kitchen, servants quarters kind of area, and it extends beyond your view to the right to where it looks like it's probably going into like storage areas and pantries and things like that.
Yeah. Perfect. Cool. I just wanted to get a quick look.
Yeah.
And yeah, this invite's different than the other one.
Yeah, quickly like hands you the piece of paper and you see it is the other one was in this like full envelope sealed with a wax stamp. This one is still wax sealed, like it still looks nice, but it is not an envelope containing a letter. It is just a single like little trifold thing. The wax seal is just sealing off the interior bit, but it's just one piece of paper. Still nice, but very clearly meant for like not guests, workers that are coming into the party.
Does this guy that's giving it to me seem like he doesn't want to deal with my shit because I'm the help, or is he being polite during the conversation?
Give me an insight check.
Oh, a 19 plus 6, 25.
Damn. This dude is very much on business. So it's like that, like you interacted with security at a place and they're not being rude, but they're not paying attention to you. Eyes on a swivel. Like I've looked at you. You're not being threatening. I'm keeping my head up. I'm just like looking at people come in and out. Doesn't think, and I will also say, but is doing so in a way that is like very proper, very polished, and knightly behavior, courtesy.
Cool. He hands me the letter and I stand there for a moment and I just go,
yes.
A donation is required.
Yeah, sorry, yes. And it like quickly like gets someone to just sort of like body block the door, moves in, and then comes back with a bag of gold and hands it over. I'll say bag of gold is actually a bag of platinum.
Yes, I was gonna say, fuck, 100 gold pieces, thanks, mate.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be dragging it out of there.
That's why you have your help do it.
Yes, that's very true. I get Caspian to grab the gold, so it's like, yeah, and then I bow deeply, and I just say, she will sing of you, and I leave.
Doesn't like do like a full bow, because that would be like dropping guard, but does like a little like palm on pommel, kind of like quarter bow, kind of quick salute, and then keeps going.
He's just being polite.
Yes, very businesslike. Yeah.
Yes, very nice. Was he cute?
Roll for cuteness. Average. You know, probably.
Average?
Like,
okay.
Very, like, the cuteness, any cuteness factor is not cute. It is like, okay, works out. All right.
Okay.
Like, pretty
noted.
Standard gym bro in plate armor kind of look. That vibe.
Nice.
Short, crew cut hair, sandy blonde.
We'll just toss a wink his way as we walk away.
Yeah.
You know, because it's me, and y'all just keep leaning into it, and I'm loving it. Give me a persuasion check, Caspian, or whoever's tossing the wink. You said it, but I don't know.
19 with a plus 6 for 25.
Okay, calm down.
Everybody roll a 19.
So this is a glance up and down purposefully, wink, and walk away.
All right. There is a like.
A little glance back. I'm being professional.
I'm being respectfully.
Respectfully, nice.
Excellent. So you have the invite. It is just for you, since y'all never made an argument ahead of time for more than one. And you do notice that, like, I will say, I'm glad y'all went full bore on the Krivpouri, because you would have had to make like separate staff invites if you were trying to duplicate this one. It is a different style of invite. You don't know if that's going to materialize in anything once you get there. You imagine there might be a little bit of different treatment if you're like the staff there and not a guest. There might not be a seat for you at like the dinner table. You're not sure, but
but that's okay. That's actually good for me, because it means that I'm not required in any one place, and I'm expected to be moving around and walking around and listening and taking down bits and pieces.
Yes.
So this is good for me. Good for me.
There are advantages to being ignorable staff.
I was going to ask her if she had a dress code for tonight.
I'm pretty sure you just wear robes.
On the invite, it mentions professional dress. So
Okay, cool, perfect.
you would take that to mean
Nice.
dress like how you are supposed to when you're on job. Other than that,
no,
nothing.
that's fine. I just don't want to show up to a secret wedding in white. Is what I'm considering in this head of mine.
And I will say there's nothing on here that's indicating that Celeste had a hand in penning this. This looks like Celeste got you an invite and that they had like staff invites available still.
Yes. Yep. Perfect. Cool.
There you go.
Well, I guess it's time to go home and study.
Yes, so what is the plan?
Picking up the camera, that would be more of a on the day thing.
You got that. Yep. I'm not gonna worry about that.
Cool. Perfect. And I drop off the donation then as well.
Yes. Yep.
If that's
check.
getting sorted, then done. Cool. Yay. My church will be happy with me.
Yes. And they are very happy. Like they're glad to see more business, more like, this is evangelism as much as it's a service for them.
Yes.
So
yeah. And hopefully they're proud of
More
my initiative,
interest.
being brand new in the city.
yes, like you are very quickly like, we didn't even know you were gonna be here. So this is a windfall for everyone. Like
Yes. And I wasn't told that me being here was a secret by anybody in my thingamajiggy, was it?
Nope.
Okay, cool, perfect. Just making sure, because
This
I was
is-
like, oh shit, wait a second.
this is just an assignment. You've not been told to like lay low or anything like that.
Cool.
All right, so I guess now it's time for the Three Stooges to figure out how we're getting in.
Yeah, I like hold my invite up and I'm like,
Mirabell's just staring at the one. It's like, okay, so are we just gonna use this one, or are we gonna try and be someone else?
First things first, are any of us actually capable of making use of that?
Mirabell just kind of raises a hand, like, I was looking over the notes and everything, and, well, I know courtly etiquette, so...
So you're going to be our face? Are you good at lying if they ask you to lie? Or are you going to stumble over your lies?
I can tell a truth and a lie when I need to.
Courtly bullshit, got it.
You got it.
I'm not good at that, so I'm fine being the silent guard.
So I guess that's either going to make me your partner or your lackey. Which would you like?
My lackey.
I knew
It's
it.
the
Works for
perfect
me.
position for you.
Hey, it means I get to slip away and like mingle, so
Yeah, you also don't have to
if I
act
don't have to
all-
be front facing, we're fine.
well, it looks like me and you are going to be study buddies for the next 2 days.
You mean studying over all those notes, or what are you studying?
Yeah, I meant studying over all those notes so I can hopefully give us some
Yep.
bit more, credibility to the character that we're portraying. And at the worst, I guess I could come over there and be like, don't forget this part. Like,
Yes, that would be very appreciated, especially since I would be looking at things from a arcanic positioning, whereas you're more medicine.
In the notes we grabbed, was there anything about the party at all, or like business partners?
No notes of business partners. No, it was very people light. It was research heavy and people light. There weren't even names of bodies. Like it was literally just subject number. And I would say that
we are going.
it was fairly obvious that y'all arrived there and there was a body on the slab. It's fairly obvious that they had been through several, just with the amount of stuff that had been stored up.
oh, should we figure out who that was?
I don't think they would have left anything behind to identify the bodies.
Let's be honest, they probably just picked someone up who was like sleeping on the street and wouldn't be missed.
Oh, that's why I heart a little
yes.
bit. Everyone is missed.
Well, while they're studying the notes, what are you and I gonna do?
Actually, could you guys do me a favor? I would like for you guys to maybe do some window shopping to see what current styles and trends are in season. Because if we look like we're last season, there will be hell to pay.
We also need to make sure all of our makeup is, not breathable sprays that don't work.
I don't
How
really
are you feeling
understand.
after all of that? Still fine?
Yeah, it doesn't feel great to be out in the sunlight. My eyes really hurt. I should probably look into getting some darkening glasses.
Yeah. And
Well,
we
I
should
mean, it did
wash
kind of
out
like
your
spray
eyes.
your face, yeah.
Yeah. Did you wash
Yeah.
your face off?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. Alright.
Also been feeling kind of sticky, but that doesn't seem to go.
Sticky.
Can I gingerly go to touch Mirabell's skin to see if it's sticky. Oh.
Just kind of feeling it. Feels mostly like the stickiness that from like sweat and stuff,
Sweat.
but nothing weird when you're like kind of touching at her hands.
Oh. Moist.
No, it's just kind of weird. It's like when I woke up this morning, I stretched, kind of leaned back a little, and then I got stuck to the wall.
Are you sure the wall wasn't sticky? Maybe you just hit a weird patch.
We are in a
that,
sweet
happens
spell.
at inns and stuff.
You know what?
Wow,
True.
if
This
the
is an
walls
old
in here
candy
are
shop.
If the walls in here are sticky, you gotta let me know. That's a cleaning thing. That's high.
Well, I mean, it's an abandoned candy store. Maybe you got stuck to
Yeah,
some...
They don't make the candy on the walls. What?
I mean, you
Yeah,
don't
that's
think
what I was gonna
candy
say.
would have gotten
Normal steam?
Yeah, see?
The Countess is looking at you like she's regretting decisions made, but is just rolling with it at the moment.
Yeah, you don't have much of a choice.
We're in
Can
it.
Can I just look while they're doing that? Can I just look her over and try to make an insight check and see if she's purposely hiding something or like
mean
not
against-
saying everything that's happening?
The Countess or Mirabell?
Mirabell.
Ooh.
But I
Yeah,
leave
you
this
can
up to
totally
you.
go for it.
Okay.
I will go ahead and roll on my end.
Eight.
No, Mirabell has given you all the information. There is absolutely nothing that she is hiding. You believe her 100%.
Weird.
You're like, I never trust anybody. What's going on?
So I'll say, in terms of getting Mirabell brought up to speed so that she could handle some like basic Q&A via Krivpouri. And I also want to say, because I know that I've hinted at this, Mirabell, in the time since you had another name, since you were joined the Singing Swallow, you look different enough that someone who knew you back then non-intimately, meaning like didn't spend a ton of time with you, like the prince, the princess, your brother, 100% will recognize you easily. Anyone else, like that, you look different enough, especially outside of your like presentory armor and clothing, that it's not going to be a straight giveaway. So I want you to be able to enter into scenarios with that level of confidence. Now, for Lila and Mirabell doing some teaching and learning,
I want to make sure that I'm not accidentally teaching her too much of the details, so she doesn't go like blurting the secrets of this, because that doesn't sound like it'd be right. So I'm like, I stick to more. I don't know how to do it, but that's what I'm picturing in my head. Yeah.
Okay. So in that case, what I'll say is, are you proficient in medicine?
I am, yes.
Okay, give me a charisma check and add your proficiency modifier. And then before you roll, Mirabell, you will make an intelligence check to see how well you are learning this. Now, because the Countess is helping you and like facilitating some of this, like, hey, here's the 101 on bullshittery, either one of you can take advantage. Not both, but one of you.
If you need the advantage, take it.
I was gonna say, yeah, my intelligence is only a +1, so.
Okay. So plus intelligence with advantage, and then charisma medicine straight roll.
Yep. And my proficiency is +2. Yep.
Yes.
Oh, thank God I got that advantage.
Okay, it's not too
Got
bad. Oh, it ends up being an 18. That's okay. It's
18, all right.
And 9.
9.
I was safe from a nat 1.
You were safe from a nat 1. I love it. So I'll say that like most of it is sinking in. Enough of it is sinking in, just like Bun is sinking into the background. Enough of it is sinking in that you're like, okay, I'll be able to answer like most of the like dinner party expectation questions here. If someone goes deeper than that, might be a little shaky, but so far you're okay.
Cool.
And basically what I'm doing there is I am averaging those two rolls together to come up with a like DC for anyone trying to like bullshit or like anti-bullshit you. So basically to figure out, and I'll round up, to figure out that Mirabell doesn't know what she's talking about is going to be DC 14 for anyone that is second guessing that. So not crazy high, but also not low.
Alrighty.
Apparently we have to go clothes shopping.
Do you understand what's season? Because I don't.
I understand there is storm season and there is like hot season and cold season. What else they mean, I have no clue.
You think we need to buy an umbrella?
No, I don't think we're in tsunami season or like hurricane or anything like that. I think we're fine.
Is an umbrella going to work in hurricane season?
No.
Yeah.
Both of you give me history checks.
Oh God.
With my whole +0.
I believe in you.
My +1.
Come on, you.
10.
Who sent the himbos out? The himbo and the shimbo go shopping. What?
I was like, shit. I don't think I can add anything to the. I was like, oh yeah, I can do a guidance before they go and it lasts for 1 minute.
No. This is incredible. So, I will give y'all one of you. One of you gets to make an insight check.
We're gonna end up in last year's fashion.
So there's the thing. Both of you genuinely are like, yeah, exactly the dialogue you just had. What the fuck is a season? What is any of this? By the way, thank you, Klondike Nation, for the shout out. Appreciate you. But yes, you're fairly confused as to the ask. So this insight check is to like, can you, as you clothing shop, pick up on the, oh, that's what we're supposed to be doing. So who would like to make that?
I have a very good insight.
I have a very poor insight.
Okay.
So it sounds like Powder, it's you.
Okay. Is it straight roll? Or?
Straight roll.
Oh God.
Caspian doesn't even know that there's insight to be had. Caspian's fashion sense is be a pirate, be hot.
If I leave my shirt
fashion.
open, it's fashion.
People just give me drinks. This is all I need. On guard.
Oh. Oh my God.
14.
14. I was just laughing at the worst flirty line ever. 14. You get enough of an idea of like, oh, okay, this is what we were meant to do. Get something that is like in vogue. You don't even know the phrase in vogue. This is me literally translating your thoughts. Get something that is like, you would be proud / fit in showing up at a formal event like this.
I look for the sign on top of the rack that says new.
New. Amazing. So I'm going to take the hands off the wheel here for a moment narratively. So Lila, since you are going there as like professional dress, you get to decide what you look like, Lila.
I'm going to wear my white robes.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah,
Cool.
she said professional dress. I'm going to wear what I wear all the time. There's no point in me getting anything extra.
Perfect. Bun, you're gonna get the short. Mirabell gets the short end of the stick on this one. Powder and Caspian, by your powers combined, what does everyone wear?
I think Powder would wear just something like they're always wearing, but like slightly fancier with like embroidery and like the nice white shirt with the vest and the nice pants and boots. Like
The
pretty much
the shirt's not
exactly the same.
yellowed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you
it's actually white.
So you look like if a fashion designer said, I want to build a line off of the Japanese aesthetic of what cowboy culture looks like. And it is just this like leather is the vibe with a little bit of ruffle to the shirt, because Caspian was like, oh, you have to have ruffle.
You have to have a little bit of ruffle here.
But the ruffle is so uncomfortable. Why do I have to have ruffle?
I assume that all the fancy people wear ruffles.
An assumption.
Look,
You're probably
when
right.
leans in a little bit closer. When we steal these things, they're all in boxes. I've never actually seen them, like, on.
I mean,
They're in
you're
boxes
probably
or they're
right.
on the floor. There's one or two. That's it.
It does seem impractical, which is fancy.
Impractical is usually fancy.
Okay.
I think
You've seen Lila take 45 minutes to wrap her entire body in robes every morning, so yeah, you know.
That's the best one-line social commentary on what fashion is that I've ever heard in my life. That's incredible. It's impractical, so it must be fancy.
look, we're going to pick silk because at the very least I know that silk can help protect bodies. It's very hard to like shred.
Okay. I mean,
For
it feels nice.
like Mirabell, just you have
Okay.
that. We're just gonna stack her in silk.
Oh, you remember what the Krivpouri was wearing?
Fancy, right?
The Krivpouri was wearing what the like king weeb in high school thinks is cool. It was like heavy leather duster with high collar, that kind of thing.
Great. I'm going full leather himbo.
Okay, I need to know which variant of leather himbo, and I hate that I'm asking this, but I also love it. Are we
Two leather
going?
himbos.
Are we going like everyone knows where you are and disadvantage on stealth checks because the leather is that tweet? Or are we going like like comfortable?
We are going rogue emo chic.
Okay, yes. So if My Chemical Romance was putting on a wedding,
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
love it.
It is. You're going to look at. I am not sneaking in this party. I am part B of the look at me, not at them plan.
Love it. Yes.
Formal wear at the Black Parade.
Formal wear at the Black Parade. Perfect. Excellent. I'm here for this. My father told me about this look.
when I was a young boy.
And then we're gonna do dark silks on Mirabell.
Nice.
Dark silks is in black silks, or dark silks is in...
Like, we'll do a nice blue, purple-esque. Something that's not gonna be like, I'm, royalty, but also not like, hi, I'm shiny and in white clothing. Please stare at me.
No, that's good. Yeah. I like it.
Love that.
Okay.
So,
Am
Mirabell
I
is
showing
all...
off leg or?
Yeah, is Mirabell showing off leg?
Yes.
Is this a suit? Oh, okay, nice.
Yeah. Okay.
Look, you have the muscles. We're highlighting them.
This is just like a chance for us to play dolls. Like,
Oh boy, it's to be like, hello, look at my leg. Look at it.
yeah,
Just
Mirabell
like
doesn't know.
dip.
She doesn't know how to be subtle, so she's just like, my leg is out, like doing that whole like pointy out.
Look, I don't know if you've noticed this as a theme of what I do, but I fucking love obsessing over outfits. So like, are we going like? There's clearly a leg moment happening. Dark blues, stormy, kind of black. To quote,
Enough of a like dip in, the cuts that it shows off the nice traps.
so not strapless, but on the shoulder, off the shoulder, kind of like mid rise, kind
Yeah.
of going on. Very nice.
Well, you could do like a little bit of a shoulder pad number that come up just a little bit to like make those sleeves flow.
Sleeves or sleeveless?
I'd probably say like a nice flowy sleeve, so that way she can still move as necessary.
Yes.
Hide a dagger up the sleeve,
I'm glad you bring it up because what I want to ask with all of these outfits, I'm very tempted to say no armor with any of these outfits. Himbo leather dot outfit, I'm tempted to say could qualify as leather armor. Is that what you're going for, or is there no room underneath that leather?
I think Powder would try to have like an actual semi-functioning, as functioning as possible, but still being fancy.
Okay.
Leather.
I will say, since you leaned into that like cowboy aesthetic, I'd say that's possible, especially since you're kind of playing up the idea of like henchman guard, I'm here to like help and protect them kind of thing. I think that'll fly.
I tried to put on a cowboy hat, but it got stuck on.
They do make those with holes for horns though. I don't want to deny you your fantasy.
Sure.
Yes.
I'm wearing a cowboy hat.
Fuck yes.
Gunslinger cowboy, let's go.
Ma'am.
Ma'am.
Caspian is just going, no, this is not armored. I am here to look pretty and to distract. We are
Perfect.
not trying to.
Mirabell, you don't have armor under that dress. Let's just be realistic. Would you bring a weapon, and if so, what kind?
Let's see. What?
I'll say if you don't have a dagger already, you could go and get one. You have the time.
Okay, then holding on and having a dagger would definitely be a must, and she would put it on the not showy leg.
The not showy leg. Oh, you read my mind, and I'm loving it.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yes.
I can give you a dagger because I am going to go. I think I would like to make something or go and try and get something made.
Okay.
I want to have some darts fashioned into looking like quills.
Ooh.
So I could use them as a quill, but also as a weapon.
Okay.
That's my thought. I don't know if I can, but that's my idea.
I like this idea. Give me investigation. I'm gonna say this shopping for unique items is investigation.
A 15 flat.
15. What I'll say is quills is tough. Quill is a dagger, absolutely yes. But what you can do are hairpins as
Ooh.
darts.
Okay, cool. Yes, that sounds good. I will get 2 hairpins so I can do a cool pin bun thing.
And I'll say that those are basically basically what they're doing is they're doing a hairpin and just sharpening it a little bit. So same cost as normal darts. So just add those to your character sheet and spend money as normal.
Sword cane.
Sword cane. Ooh, okay. Describe this cane to me.
So it would probably be made out of. So it would just kind of look like the blade would be kind of on the thinner side. So I guess it would lean a little bit like as a rapier. But it would be, kind of gently cradled with like black wood, and on the top would be. I'm gonna be on the nose about it. It's gonna be a bat, just kind of like a bat where it's like wings are just partially like opened, not all the way, like it's ready. but it's also like if you were to hold it, then you would be able to get a good grip on the sword handle.
Yeah, it's not like the flared wings. It's sort of like tucked a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Love it. Absolutely, yes. Just mark off the gold for a rapier, and you have a sword cane.
Okay.
Because I like this idea too much to let it not happen.
Excellent.
Any other
We're
This
gonna stick with
might
our
be-
regular daggers.
regular daggers? And I'll
just
say that
tie
daggers
them.
are easy enough to hide in an outfit that I'm not gonna worry too much about that.
One of them is hidden, one of them is like on, but it's tied up so that way they can see like this is very obviously not meant to be used.
It's meant to
here
be
for
show.
But
Cool.
This-
I mean, I'm also a rogue, so I can just like
Yeah.
tug.
And I
This
can
might
still
be-
wear all of my outfits, so I've still got my leather underneath my hundreds of layers.
Yes,
so-
because you're just doing you, you're good.
Um,
Powder real quick.
Feel free to say no because this might be too much. But did you play AC2?
Is that a set? I don't know.
Assassin's Creed 2.
Oh,
yeah.
Assassin's Creed 2?
I don't know if I'm allowed to say that.
I did not. We can reference whatever we want.
Oh.
Forgotten Realms, Beholders, meh, meh, meh. IP.
FBI, open up!
Wizards are here.
You get at some point you get like the brace with the dagger that shoots out like normal.
Oh, yeah.
But Leonardo da Vinci adds like a gun that can shoot one bullet.
Yes, the palm pistol, like the actual. It's. How did you not reference Django? The greatest kill on cinema. I love.
Oh.
Sorry.
Yeah.
When he just. Spoiler alert! When he shoots Candy with a handshake, I love that moment so much. Yes. Okay. Ooh. Because guns are not like. Sweeping statement. This ain't America. This is the Slytherin Empire. Guns are not an over-the-counter thing. But what I'll say is make a persuasion check.
Okay.
And what this is representing is this is you going to a local comandadoro, like barracks, a quartermaster, and being like, "Hey, you got one of these? I need it for official purposes."
16, 18 minus 2.
16. I'm gonna roll because that's close enough that I want to give you an attempt at it.
Okay.
There is this little gnome tinkering in the back. You know, normally we don't have those available, but actually we just got one in that needed some work. So yeah, we've got one. We need collateral.
What do I have?
I hate to suggest it.
I can't take it with me, so I will my musket.
Yeah. Gun for a gun. And
Really unwillingly, reluctantly handing it over.
and she can
It's just
see the
that one point where-
consternation. Yeah.
Where like she's trying to grab it.
You have to hand it over.
Flies into the back wall.
Yeah. And she can see
take
the
care of it.
consternation and it's like, don't worry, this is gonna get locked up. I won't put this out to somebody else. I can see that you've done some tuning on it. This is yours. So what I'll do is this will be squared away. And if you've got the other one, you can bring it back in and we'll swap them back out. Okay.
Great, thanks.
So she will do a swap out your musket for a palm pistol and basically just like swap the amount of ammo around. Same number of ammo, don't worry about that.
Okay.
How difficult would you say it would be to hide a little hand crossbow?
Very.
The little
Unless
hand
you've
shield.
engineered the hand crossbow to be like highly collapsible and stealth, very.
Right, it's still like on the hip. You gotta
Like if you were
Okay.
going, if you had not called your shot as Leather Himbo and were doing like Southern Belle train with a booty bump, then I could maybe say that you stowed a crossbow up in that dress booty, but otherwise, no.
No, we have to show too much skin to do that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've had
Look,
to put
I have a
my
dagger
crossbow
and a
down too.
rapier. I can lend you one of my weapons.
Yes.
I have the weapons.
Is
that's
that a
fine.
hand
It's just a
crossbow in
matter
your
of-
pocket?
Oh yes, and I forgot, but you let me flavor my prayer wheel
Mm-hmm.
as a dagger, so
I
I,
did.
also have that as well.
Yes, you do.
Yes.
Can I have also grabbed a dagger?
Sure. Yeah. Mark off the gold. You got it.
Okay. Sweet.
I'm gonna say you could all get one dagger for free covert.
Yeah, I gave my spare one to Mirabell anyway, so don't need to worry about that.
Cool.
I already own 2.
Rogues.
I've got one. I got one plain one and one secret one.
I'm
I
made
bet
of
they
daggers.
Look, Caspian.
Don't you see how
I
cut I
wanna-
am?
I have a bunch of hand axes, but I can't take that with me.
I have javelins, a great sword, and a glaive. You can see why I needed my sword cane.
Yeah. I do love the sword cane idea, though. Genuinely, that was very good. Any other
Excited
prep
when it just
work?
popped in my head.
Any other prep before you are going to this party?
Did you boys get it? Could we just say
Makeup.
that there's accessories with the makeup and
Yes.
accessories?
Yeah,
with
yeah,
the
We
yeah,
bought
you
no
get-
accessory.
I'll say mark off 12
Go.
gold each for the outfits.
I just also.
What about
packed-
accessories? Accessories
That's
are
included
important.
in that. That's included in that.
I
Okay.
packed extra
Okay.
paper, extra flash paper, even though I know I'm not going to need it for writing down this event. And also my tinderbox.
Okay. Yeah, you get a little bit of leeway that, like, it says, like, small bag allowed.
It's a part
like,
of my religion.
it's a part. It's not just a part of your religion, but it's a part, like, because you're there to do work, not to be
Yeah.
showy. You know that you're gonna have a little bit of wiggle room on what you can bring in.
Cool, perfect.
Okay, here's the determining factor.
Oh no, I'm scared.
Does Caspian actually have enough of a ick feeling regarding the one vampire that they would want to prep these blood vials?
Are you asking me?
Yes.
Okay, give me.
'Cause
I'll say insight.
he's a little on the fence about it, where he's like, look, there was one, and where there is one, there are usually more.
Give me an insight.
Sun
Yeah.
drops, if you like.
Sun drops are good, but I have these, and just holds up like 3 or 4 blood vials, and if we need to do a thing with this, we can. It's just a matter of, do I buy poisons or do I buy holy water?
Was that?
That'd be the same thing for the.
I don't know if
Oh.
poison actually does anything to them. We know holy water does.
Do those vials look
Yeah.
the same as the vial that spit shit in Mirabell's face, or are they just regular vials?
Close. Not the same, but like, blood sample vial is a blood sample vial to a certain extent.
Yes. It looks like maybe you could fit one into it. Like a. Was that contraption entire, or could you pick and pull things out of it?
Extracting the 2 vials that were on the sides would have been difficult. They were sort of like sealed into that brass
Okay.
fixture. In
It's
the
not
middle.
like you could take it out and put another one in.
They were
Okay.
not like interchangeable. Yeah.
Sorry, just wanted to double check.
I just thought of Monsters Inc. when Haley said that. Kitty!
Kitty!
So, Caspian, give me an insight check. Insight or investigation, whichever is better for you.
16 on insight.
16 on insight. I would say, yeah. You're getting a vibe that, like, it's not just that, like, oh, there was one vampire, so where one is, there's more. It's also like they were working on a blood
This was a
extraction system.
factory.
Yeah, you're like you're getting big danger vibes.
Danger vibes. Okay, so I will purchase a
Yeah.
thing of holy water.
Yeah, if we had the license, this whole episode would be running to the song "What's Up, Danger."
Good.
Cool. Anything else? Any other prep work? Any other pre-party planning before y'all make an entrance?
I think we did it.
I think
We're beautiful.
I'm just like, I'm checking all my notes.
This is not
I'm
me.
nervous.
This is not me saying that I think you missed something. This is me just wondering if there's any other thing you want to do. Otherwise, I feel
Other than making sure we use our makeup kits.
yes,
Yes.
I will say
Everyone's
that
gone up.
we've
Got a
Mech-
contour.
Mechanically, do I have leather armor on?
you
wear my
said
t-shirt.
said that you're trying to like I think I can hear your cat purring. And I was like, what is that mechanical? What is that engine running in the background?
That's what I thought. I was like, is there something going on? Is that
Jim,
it breathing into your headset?
while I'm idling on my Harley. Most adorable motorbike in the world.
No, they have a they're cutting the grass. That was.
Oh, it is.
Oh,
a
okay.
mobile.
It is a machine noise. I'm somewhat
I thought
relieved.
it was the
Well, now I'm
cat.
disappointed.
loud.
Now I'm disappointed. It isn't a cat
Okay.
purring.
Darn it. It is the burning of fossil fuels I detect with my ears. What I'll say is that since you specifically said like leaning into the cowboy aesthetic, trying for something, you can have leather armor on. Because it matches the aesthetic of your outfit, I'm gonna say the leather armor is yes. Because the only reason I'm depriving it of Caspian is because you went full himbo showing skin. So I'm gonna say no, that's not leather armor.
Even if it was leather armor at like a disadvantage or something.
Amazing. Okay.
I feel like if Powder knew any more about fashion, they could maybe make like chainmail like fashion, but probably
Especially not with short notice. Chainmail is a yeah. Alright.
Well, my chain shirt, but yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Oh my gosh, I think we've got it sorted and I'm nervous.
I think you're ready. Change up
go.
the music here. The night arrives. Obviously, a long rest. Re-prep spells
Yes.
if you need to.
And we spent the rest of the time continuing to study.
Yes. So that
never
role
stopped.
represented over the course
Okay,
of
good.
that time, you were all studying up and brushing up on the materials. So like by the end, Mirabell is rattling off these like random alchemical ingredients and like basic alchemy studies and principles and things that like could very easily substitute as like educated party talk, like
Cool. Awesome.
esoteric small talk.
Oh, and we don't know this guy's name, do we?
Nope.
Okay.
Here,
Shit.
roll me an investigation check.
Did he sign at the bottom of his notes
Well,
anywhere?
this is to see if you find like this is me letting you inform me on what he wrote down or didn't.
What was it?
Wait,
what
investigation.
check was it? Investigation. Yeah, +0. I got a 3.
The room, no.
I was gonna say, could I roll for investigate? Could I roll for investigation?
One more person
If
gets
there's
to
any-
roll, and that's it. That's it. So
Do it. You were looking through the notes with me, so you're the only other person
you
I
would
could
you
see.
would be looking through the notes, yes.
Okay. That is a wait. Sorry, my die landed on a corner. Okay. Investigation. 12.
12. His name was Ransley. Ransley.
Okay. So maybe you're Mrs. Ransley, or you are a representative of Ransley.
At the very least, you'd be able to hear the name and be able to like, oh, he couldn't make it tonight. Like you'd be able to very quickly do that little conversational
Oh, God.
riposte.
Oh, I'm
Sorry.
so glad I thought about that for a second then. I was like, shit.
We forgot his name.
Yeah.
What's my name? Okay, excellent. You all, at the appointed time, hire a carriage. Lila, I assume you are arriving separately and a little bit early, as the staff would be expected to.
Yep.
You all arrive.
I'm nervous going on my own.
at the Tolstvoy Estate. Lila, you're there a little bit early, and so you see some of the lingering setup as people are getting prepared for the evening. Servants are bustling about, putting out drinks, putting out all of the various service material that is necessary. You can see that Claude is doing a very micromanagey, somewhat helicopter job of being a host, as Claude Tolstvoy walking around in, oddly enough, a very unassuming suit. Very simple blacks with a little bit a blue cravat and some silver on the bandings and the cufflinks and things like that. You see that everything is in a very like blue, black, and silver motif, being the house colors. The emblem of the Tolstvoys is a raven on a shield, a black shield that is silver, or a blue shield that is silver trimmed.
Very pretty.
You are not seeing basically anyone else other than a couple of Troya that are moving around, making sure that things are going smoothly and like getting into position, so that should the first guest arrive, they are already standing there. You kind of get the sense that these guards are of the persuasion that guards should be seen as if they are statues to be admired and not interacted with until necessary. So they are very much at the periphery, just kind of looking on. There is a very large dance hall. This place is meant to host. There is the majority of the second floor is all this like wide sweeping circular room with two large stairways leading in from the main foyer up to that area. There are standing tables ringing the outside along with a large dance floor. There is a string quartet that is warming up in the corner with a small brass accompaniment.
I want to check in with the person that looks like they're the like head of the staff, if that makes sense. So I don't want to approach anyone that's dressed too nicely, someone that's in like a staff uniform, so I'm not, interrupting the guests. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like and I want to see if they've got somewhere that they'd like me to set up the camera, or somewhere I can put the camera until they're ready for it to be. Because I'm like carrying this 30-pound thing, and I'm like, where can I set this down?
And you can see this very tall Air Genasi. Most of the staff are all in vests with the house crest. The Air Genasi is in a full jacket with the house crest. And as you approach and hey, is there a place I can put? And very quickly a table is sort of like summoned out of a back room somewhere and put just like on the side wall, so that you've got a place to stow it, so that when the moment arises, it's like, it's right there, it's ready to go, you can go and get it. No one's gonna touch it.
Perfect.
And
awesome. And then I am just taking notes as I mosey around the party room and while everyone's setting up, and I literally write down notes of things that I think are interesting, but probably aren't actually important right now. Just so then when I take notes later, it's not suspicious.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. You're seeing the hustling, bustling, and the sort of like there's not much gossip. People are far too busy for that at the moment, and you're occasionally hearing like a cuss word in another language drift out from the kitchen as those like pre-party nerves are getting the best of people. But you otherwise don't see anything too noteworthy. At some point, Celeste does see you and moves over. She is in full armored regalia. It is the exact same armor that you already saw her in. However, there is a like blue and silver sash sort of swooped around one shoulder in this like note of being in a formal occasion. And the armor does have a bit of a polish to it. She moves over. Oh, good. Good to see you here. Prompt and as expected.
I want to thank you again for having us here. We really appreciate it. And I always speak in a plural version of this no matter what. So
sure,
it exists, yeah. We as the church, but that's not what I'm talking about.
The royal we. Yes.
The royal we. That's just how Lila always speaks. Do you have anywhere that you, or what would you like my movements for tonight to be? And what time should I be ready to take the photo?
I'm glad you asked. That is exactly what I wanted to talk to you about. In full honesty, enjoy things. Whatever you need to do until the moment that I'm hoping for will be when the dancing starts.
Okay.
There's to be
an announcement?
There's to be a formal dance. Everyone will be involved that is anyone.
Perfect.
And
Wonderful. I might set my camera upstairs then, up by the dance floor, so it's just ready, or?
Oh, you are
Or did
all
you
in
say
the same. This is in the same area.
Perfect. Sorry. I thought you meant the dance floor was up and then the main foyer was down. Okay, ignore
The main
me,
foyer
ignore me.
is downstairs, but that is just like an entryway, and you can see that there's like people with like tall glasses of champagne and things that are like bringing people in, ready to like welcome them to the party. But it is meant to be a grand entryway up the stairs to the primary party area that is split kind of down the middle with like giant dance floor area and then a long single contiguous dining table over on the far side.
Perfect.
Yes, it'll be for the dance, and just pay attention. I'll give you a look. You'll know.
Excellent. I will. All right, and I let her leave, if that makes sense. Like
Yes.
I let her leave before I do anything, but I would like to go in the kitchen.
Okay. What are you doing in the kitchen?
Overhearing. I want to be
Okay.
taking notes. I'm
Sure.
just going to be right now. I'm taking notes of the party. I'm noting
Yes.
the decor and the beautifulness of everything and the food that's going to be created for today. But it's mostly just putting myself in a position that this looks normal because I started doing
Yes.
it from the beginning. Yeah.
Absolutely. No need to roll. You are doing what, and I think anyone that would even like, where do you typically hold or wear your holy symbol?
I feel like it's on her, like it's an amulet,
Mm-hmm.
like a necklace. So it's always on her chest. So you can see the music note. And if anyone captures in the light, you can see that her entire outfit is covered in like those spider webs that also include the musical
Nice.
sort of notes in it as well. So it's very obvious.
Anyone
I'm
that's like, what are you doing?
Familiar?
Like very, very quickly, like, oh, okay, yeah, you're fine. Like they just move on. Like you are absolutely blending in and acting as expected.
Cool.
Everyone else, you arrive at the appointed time when guests would be arriving. That's sort of like window of not too early to be rude, but not so late as to be snubbing. Guests are mingling. There is all manner of folk here as you make your way in, under the guise of being the Krivpouri. You are asked for your invite, and it is displayed and shown without issue. No one's questioning the outfits, although the cowboy look gets a second glance. But otherwise, you are invited in, immediately treated to your choice of beverage through the foyer as you are escorted, or at least ushered up towards the dance floor. Is there anything specific as y'all are going in?
Nope. Mirabell's probably just going to do kind of a quick scan, see if people are kind of having that look like, oh, I want to talk to you, or oh, I am going to come over and talk to you. And she'll just take like a glass of white wine.
You're seeing if anyone is coming to talk to you, or...
Mhm.
Okay.
Looking like they want to talk.
Give me a perception check.
I'm blind as hell, apparently.
Caspian, meanwhile, is doing the opposite and seeing if there's anyone interesting to talk to.
Love it.
Really,
Also,
a 3.
also give me a perception check, and I'll say for something that you might notice but you don't know necessarily look for, Powder, give me a perception check. Was that a 3? You said, Mirabell?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that was 3.
3.
This
Wonderful.
is what I get for dump statting wisdom.
Hey, we love it. I love it. I appreciate you.
Gotta dump stat something.
We're
You
on a
dump
12.
statted wisdom and then didn't fail your hold person save last episode, so I'm a little salty about it, but you know what? You do you. It'll be fine. I'll get mine.
14.
14 and then 13, Caspian.
It's my birthday. You can't
12.
It's my birthday. Stop bullying me.
But don't forget that you have inspiration as well.
You do have inspiration if you wanted to re-roll that.
You might save it for something else, but whatever you feel.
And I run inspiration. You don't have to call it in advance. You can roll that dice and be like, "Oh, that's horrible," and re-roll it.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna hold on to it just a little longer for something.
Sure.
I feel like I'm gonna need a persuasion check or something.
Who knows? Who knows what's gonna happen? Caspian, you are getting the vibe that you're able to pick out social hierarchies in the party that are happening. So there is a gentleman that is wearing this it's a suit that speaks of both power and animosity without being rude or forward. It is a very sleek, dagger-like, sharp suit. Heavy, aggressive lapels, sharp angles cut into the sleeves. You might not recognize him as by name, but you can recognize that he is clearly running a social circle around himself. He's clearly of import. Nearby is a human woman that is wearing a mask that has been cut with an eye visor and a mouth-nose visor. Very Mandalorian-esque, kind of. You would kind of get the vibe that maybe a full mask would not have been socially appropriate in this circumstance. And so this has kind of been a compromise that she is kind of loitering in his near vicinity like a bodyguard would. So you were just sort of picking that person out. There is a woman that is in a crossbody, very long and luxurious green dress that is moving through the room with purpose and command of those nearby. No bodyguard that you can notice. There are also several other people of importance, but those two kind of stand out to you immediately. There is, I'll say one more thing you notice with you said 13?
12.
12, okay. Sorry, you don't notice that last part. Those two are kind of stealing the show. In addition to, obviously it goes without saying that the Tolstvoys are kind of the shining jewels of the people here. There is Claude, who is very much second fiddle to his wife, Vivette. Vivette is in very tall, red heels with a long, black and red spiralized pattern dress. Her horns are strung with a silver chain that goes between two horns that kind of go up, out and directly spiked up from her forehead. Dark, wavy black hair, and you will notice that it has a little bit of a lifted train in the back. You know that she has, you would guess, probably a rather small tail. This is the tiefling Vivette Tolstvoy. And then their daughter is also wearing a very similar long, spiralized, but with the blue and the silver of the house dress. And she has left the one arm sort of veiled in this gossamer cloth that hangs over her arm. And it's the one with the sort of handprint birthmark. That is Dahlia Tolstvoy, the daughter. And you can see Celeste in that bodyguard hovering orbit nearby as she is moving around talking to people. There is occasionally this human man that kind of moves in and out near Celeste, who kind of has a little bit of resting bitch face. You're not sure what's going on there, but is just present. Powder, I would say that you pick up on the general vibe of the area. You're seeing a lot of these same figures. Someone that stands out to you very specifically is someone in very muted armors, but still very presentery. You would recognize them as Commandant Elliot. They are the most junior Litzer of the Comandadoro. The Litzer are there's one knight in charge of each of the martial sections, and then they appoint or nominate a council of advisory knights. So this is basically one of the second in command of the Comandadoro is present.
Oh, pull my hat down a little bit.
And I would say you can hide in relative confidence knowing that the Comandadoro is so big. If you were a knight, they would probably know you. Considering you are a soldier, you're probably okay here.
I'm still gonna do my best to avoid.
be on the DL.
Yeah.
So yeah, those are some of the individuals that you see. Mirabell, I will say that you like see the crowd, but at the moment, maybe there's a little bit of that like anxiety of like, oh, will someone notice me? That's preventing you from really like picking out figures from the crowd. And it's just kind of a blur of fancifully dressed people.
Yeah, that sounds that accurate.
Is there anything specific any of you all are doing at the moment?
As guests are arriving, do they have any of their own staff coming through the back?
Anyone that's coming with a guest is arriving with them, either like shortly behind or in tow. The staff, you'll notice that like the Doro door that you picked up your invite at is closed. No one's coming through there, and there is a guard stationed at it.
Cool. Perfect. Just wanted to see if anyone had specific stuff or something like that coming
No, you're
through.
not seeing any of that.
Cool.
I would say that in your overhearing of the kitchen, there's been a couple of dietary concerns that have been like raised, and a couple of chefs are just like, really? No fit?
Anything that's not just picky tastes?
Ooh, make a perception check.
Well, that's a 3 plus 4, so
Nothing's
5, 6, 7.
No,
4, 7.
nothing's jumping out to you. It's not like anyone's like, the pint of fresh blood. Yes, nothing's being weird that way.
Yeah. No. I was more thinking like, we
special
make sure that
wine.
there's no peanuts in this one because
Oh,
so-and-so's allergic to them as well. And I was going to be like,
No,
that's a drama.
you're getting a very large vibe of like, this is all like really pescatarian, really? Okay.
Cool. No, that's fine. I can manage that. Cool. I start heading out into the party. I keep my head down, but if anyone wants to talk to me, I'm there. And then I want to try and spot the group, so that I can give them an update as I walk past them.
Sure. It's easy enough to...
Group's gonna be.
Coming up the stairs, or are you still down?
Oh no, we're leading poor Mirabell here over to the sharply dressed man.
Oh, nice. So just before, depending on how quickly you get there, Lila does like a little backwards and kind of like greets you like as if she would any other random new person. And then she leans over to Caspian and is just like, when the dancing starts is when she wants the photo. I figure I explained to them before that they want a photo done and it was going to be a big event thing. So they're like, wait,
Everyone's
what?
up on that.
I
Yeah,
was
yeah.
there
Sorry,
for that
the reason-
conversation.
Caspian was there.
Sorry,
I
the
know,
reason why
I just
I
like,
was
shit.
looking like I was laughing was just because you just said when the dancing starts, and I just like, is it just gonna be like a rumor just like circulates like something's gonna happen when the dancing starts? I heard it from the, I heard them whispering about it.
Do not share this secret. I don't need the fucking what's her name being mad at me. So this is for you and you only. And then I disappear.
And just to give you a quick state update, just in case this is relevant, all of the Common de Troya armed. They do have long swords. None of them are like sporting like the beat up great sword that like some of them might use or anything like that. It's all very dress, but you would all know, like especially Mirabell, you would know that even a dress sword wielded by a Common de Troya is a lethal weapon.
Okay.
Yep.
Pervertible's swinging in here with your dirty mind.
Oh gosh.
So, I guess Caspian is dragging me somewhere. Oh boy.
Going over to the sharp dressed man.
I guess I'm following.
Always gotta go to the sharp dressed man.
And very quickly, you sort of like find this like moment of conversation change and slide in, and he quickly pivots to the three of you. I assume Mirabell is in the front, and he very quickly offers like an upward facing hand. Hello, I don't think we've been introduced.
Why, hello. And Mirabell will politely offer her hand in a very delicate, dainty manner.
He does the very like courtly kiss and hands it back. Clyde Armitage.
Ruby. I'm with the Krivpouri.
Interesting.
It sounded like you said groovy Ruby.
Damn it.
And I was like, that's the best name I've ever heard in my life. I'm groovy
Groovy Ruby.
I'm the reason why the dancing starts. Just get me 2 points in. Let's go.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. That just made me cackle.
No, that was amazing.
No, it's okay. That was.
Welcome onto the main stage.
bouncing between
Groovy
2
Ruby.
names. I was bouncing between 2 names, so that's what happened.
Sorry, I didn't. Ruby, double Ruby, or just Ruby?
Just Ruby.
Just Ruby. What an appropriate name.
And why do you say that?
Well, you said you're of the Krivpouri, and I believe my business partner is here. And he sort of glances over, and I would say that Caspian, you very quickly notice the eye line go to the woman that is in the all green. I believe you're supposed to discuss some wine, was it? Later in the evening with her?
Of course.
Yes.
We have everything prepared.
I think the fan is making Discord think that you don't
disappear.
exist.
I know.
You are literally
so
hiding from reality. Do not
I'm-
observe me.
I'm so beige, man.
Amazing. Sorry, Caspian, what was that?
You background.
Of course. We have everything prepared.
Good. She looks like the socialite, but trust me, she has a business mind, so don't leave her wanting.
It's not in my nature to leave a woman wanting.
Good. And
See, I bring him along because he's a good smooth talker.
the remark just like absolutely unfazed on him. The woman sort of like bodyguard, you're not sure because she's not wearing armor, she's not wielding any weapons. There's very minimal to her. She's in this sort of like, at first you thought it might have been like suit, but once you're up close, it almost looks like one long bit of black cloth that has just been wrapped around and around in all of these various patterns. And she kind of gives this like through the mask that is clouding most of her face.
We just wanted to check in with your presence, of course, but we will go and see to your partner.
Yes, it's been made very clear that I should be hands off with that project, but I appreciate it all the same.
But of course, and we'll give like a little light bow
And your name was?
before offering his hand. Carrion.
Carrion. And yours? He quickly makes eyes at Powder.
Ibis.
Ibis. It is good to meet all of you. I have not been brought up to speed on your membership, so it's good to see some names and faces at last.
The party is the
It's
best
good to
time to show yourself.
Indeed it is. Will we be seeing you on the dance floor later?
But of course,
I can't rudely predict if I'm going to be on the dance floor.
Oh, but you must.
Perhaps.
And Ibis, surely one named after a bird must have some flaunting to do.
Well, if anybody asks, perhaps.
Very well. Well, I hope you have a good party. I have some other people I need to go and see.
of course, we wouldn't hold you any longer, and we'll offer his
Thank-
hand to Mirabell.
And Mirabell's going to politely take Caspian's hand to be led away. It was good seeing you.
It was good seeing you
I'll
as
give
well,
a-
Ruby.
Polite small note. And
As he leaves, Mirabell, your eyes like follow him moving around, and he moves in such a way as to draw your eyes out towards where like everyone's coming in as guests. And I will say that everyone kind of notices that there is a like rhubarb. There's a little bit of like a murmur kind of go through the crowd. Thank you to everyone who donated channel points to the Blood Tithe Rises. You all see three individuals arrive. One of them is at a good distance behind, wearing black lamellar armor. The one in the front is dressed in a velvet black dress with just enough ruffles to obscure an otherwise completely hugged, curvy figure. There is white gold enamel ribbing running through a small, like almost like winged little dresslet that flares out from the waist, along with a pointed collar that kind of gives very wide, almost sinister shoulders to an otherwise sweetheart-styled dress. Long, raven black hair falls down completely slicked and straight. Mirabell, you are barely noticing this woman with her teardrop ruby earrings, because you are far more focused on the man next to her, dressed in a dark gray formal suit with wide black lapels, black trim, and some silver and ruby cufflinks. You see, while slightly gaunt, sunken cheeks and bags under the eyes, you see Prince Liam Krovdell, who is now page to who you must assume, based on the random bits of chatter and whispers you hear populating the hall, the Empress Carmilla.
For a moment, I'm just gonna roll for something. Okay. Mirabell's just hand is like kind of like Caspian, you can see like her hand is shaking and like the wine is starting to sort of noticeably like dribble out. But she has thankfully not dropped the glass. Caspian, I have a huge favor.
Who do I need to flash?
Okay, I really needed that laugh.
Yeah, I can tell. Steady your hand.
Just like holding the wine and just sipping it. Just holding it in both hands. I'm gonna need at least 2 more glasses. So you know how I've been worried that there's somebody who could easily throw our plan in fire?
Yeah?
That gentleman there.
You mean the one
That-
who was supposed to be in the box? Look, we did get a light description of who we were expecting. What do you expect of me?
No, it's just that's Prince. That's the person I was in charge of. So yeah.
He's looking a little villainous.
Oh help me, I hope I don't have to stab him.
There's a very pointy attire going on with that group.
And I will say,
What is it?
just to give a little bit of a vibe check on Liam, he looks dressed in villainy. He, the person, looks like he might pass out at any second. He looks tired and haggard.
Anemia.
No, I don't think. I think he's fine. Liam's always been a very sweet and kind person. I don't think he would commit anything. The woman next
you
to him,
have a
though,
crush on him.
I will break you your legs and beat you with them.
Oh my god.
Don't
Wouldn't be the
say
first
that.
I'm allowed to say whatever I want. I'm about to hide you, yes, and make you disappear in this crowd so you don't get plucked
Yes.
out like the
Yep. Let's
scared
go.
bird
I
you
need
are.
drinks. Yep. I need drinks. I need to
Drinks
hide.
are a bad idea. Drinks are a bad idea. Drinks are gonna make you sloppy. I have seen you drunk.
I can at least do my magic to get rid of the drunkenness, just like I did that one time I cheated that bar game.
One of the wait staff is like, their ears are way too good, and there's just a platter with drinks on it already in front of you three. The drinks.
Drinks.
You're an absolute angel sent from above. Takes 2 drinks.
And you
just
can
takes them down.
Carmilla and Liam are already moving through the room, doing like the social circuit, and you can kind of see it's like a ship breaking through waves, as you can see like the crowd kind of like moving around, and every little like bubble and social circle is kind of being disturbed by their presence.
All right, so you handle things down here. I will go to the whatever direction is not here.
Right.
Did I hear any of that conversation? Or was it?
You're
very
close
whispered?
by, so unless Caspian and Mirabell, unless you think that is like really whispered, I would say the Powder could have heard that.
Yeah, Powder could have easily heard that. Yeah, now Mirabell's just kind of completely covering her face with her fan. Just, nope, no one sees me. I am Ruby.
Actually, Powder, because of your thing, roll me a perception check at disadvantage.
Okay.
I forgot about
that
this.
Oh.
10.
10? I'd say you heard most of it. There were a couple of words that maybe like got like caught up in like the ring of the party and stuff. They're on your like shooting side for a second, and so you have to kind of like turn to like adjust and get more of it. But I'd say you heard most of that.
Okay.
Lila, what are you doing?
Lila is waiting for people to not be in a conversation, and then making herself known to them, asking for a quote for the night. Where did you get your outfit? Who are you here with today? And she's just making notes. So she's writing down people's names, and if any information that they give her, I feel like some people, depending on how much alcohol they've had, are gonna divulge more and stuff like that.
Sure.
So I feel like if they're seeming closed up, she doesn't press. But if they're seeming loose-lipped, then she will ask more personal questions and stuff like that.
I like it.
Yeah.
Give me a persuasion check.
Yay. This is my bread and butter. Oh, nice. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Okay. You're getting a lot of names. You're moving around the party. 3 kind of stand out to you. One of them is in... at first, you didn't think it was armor. It's not as like wide and imposing as like the Troya, or even like you do recognize. You don't necessarily. Well, you get a name of Commandant Elliot, but it's not as wide as theirs or the Troya's. It's more closed in and like segmented and kind of like form-fitting. Judge Gresk, who is one of the Litzer of the Command de Molo, this is the sort of like law, the judiciary arm of the military, is there.
And what was Elliot? Sorry, he was
They were Comandadoro. That's the same one as Powder.
Yes. Oh, cool.
Judge Gresk is a hobgoblin with long braided hair in the back that has a little bit of like silver strung through it. And she is very much like Judge Gresk. And quote for the night: a cheerful beginning to a stable future.
Thank you. And can I make note of what people are drinking as well?
Sure. You saw sort of a white wine with Judge Gresk. There's a water genasi named Elliot Aqua.
So Commodore Elliot and then Elliot.
I've made two Elliots because occasionally it's bullshit that in fantasy no one has the same name. So I've
That is very
purposely put
true.
2 people with the same name in here.
What was his last name?
Aqua. Acquios. As is standard for the French, 80% of those letters don't fucking matter.
Yeah, I was gonna say far out. I did not write that, but that's fine. And who's he?
Elliot,
Air
you could
genasi,
tell.
Water genasi.
Water genasi, and you could tell the air genasi was the sort of like the chief butler. I'm forgetting the name off the top of my head, but like the head of the staff. This guy is, you could see, very much has the alchemist guild patch on, but also has this like sort of like moving torque as like a wristband. It looks metallic, but then it just sort of like shifts very slightly. And then introduces Elliot Aqua. I am here in the hopes of making good contacts and maybe finding some better business.
Will you let me know if you need me to introduce to anyone?
No introductions necessarily. However, I'm not seeing who I would have suspected. So have you seen anyone from the Krivpouri here?
Actually, I have, yes. And I flick through my notes. And I like squint and like lower myself to like be like the blue and black dress there, cowboy hat, and the leather outfit.
You can
I believe
see
it.
this kind of like dismissive sneer blink onto his face for a second before he kind of like politely washes it off. Thank you. Very good to know.
Does he go to them, or does he avoid?
You can see quickly stashes his like half-finished drink on one of like the waitstaff trays that are moving past and like starts moving towards the group with intent.
Okay, what was he drinking?
He was drinking, as best you could tell, a water.
Cool. And the Commodore Elliot was drinking nothing, or
Commandant Elliot was drinking also a white wine. Both them and Judge Gresk were drinking white wine. The other figure of note that kind of stands out that is giving you a
4, not 3.
Ooh. You get a little bit of a weird vibe from this person. They quickly say, Bashvin.
It's lovely to meet you.
Lovely to meet you too. Sorry, you're here from the Church of Belial?
I am, yes. I am writing a song
Excellent.
with the help of Belial.
Sorry, I was actually hoping to meet someone real. I hate to be so dismissive, and they just quickly like excuse themselves from you. And I'd say just like the vibe that you got off of them really quick was this like doesn't want to be recorded vibe.
Yes. Yeah. No, that's cool. That's understandable. I do record what they're wearing, what they're doing, and everything. And I then underline it and put that one in my pocket.
In terms of like notable features, very standard dress. They're not standing out, but they're not like overly blending in. It doesn't look like they're like discount suit, but it doesn't look like they're trying to make a statement either. In terms of like a distinguishing feature, there was a slight cut in their ear.
Cool. Noted. And human, sorry?
As far as you can tell, human. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I will say that right as the other group is kind of noticing that Carmilla, the prince, and this knight that is behind them, you would imagine her come with the Troya, are making their way towards the woman in the green dress, Elliot Aqua moves up to your group, and you can see that he's got like a sentence in his mouth ready to like greet towards Mirabell. And then very quickly you hear this like bing, 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 bing. The dance is about to begin. Please start picking your partners to start with. And everyone starts shuffling about. And Elliot, well, if that isn't fantastic timing. You are here from the Krivpouri, correct?
Why, yes, we are.
Excellent. Might I have this dance? And he offers his hand to Mirabell.
Why, of course. And Mirabell will politely accept, just like, yay, I won't have to deal with it being dear Liam.
So as the dance starts to fall in line, what is everyone else doing? Is anyone attempting to get away from the dance? Okay.
I look for Celeste. I try and because as soon as that happens, I'm hoping that I should have probably been paying attention before then to Celeste to watch for her look. But I feel like I'm like doing that thing where my legs are already moving towards the camera, but I'm like trying to see. Yeah.
You quickly make eyes at Celeste, and Celeste gives you a look that's not the look. Like it's clearly just like a, yep, we're seeing each other. Great, you're on the job, and she's moving around still, like getting ready for the dance.
But it's not the time.
Not the time yet. No.
Okay.
You've been given the warning, and you are getting the sense that like not yet.
Okay. Perfect.
Caspian angles himself to ask the person in the emerald dress for the dance.
Oh, interesting. So you are going right up to
the rest of the group.
Empress Carmilla and the woman in the green dress. And how do you introduce yourself?
We'll wait for a moment until he gets recognized, because he's like, if I speak over this empress, I'm gonna get squashed.
You, as you come up, it's that sense of like, actually give me a charisma saving throw.
Oh, okay. 11.
Bun, you might recognize this mechanic. This is the borrowing this.
I rolled a 7, but I have +4.
As you walk up, the Empress, like both the Empress and the green dressed woman turn and regard you. From the green dress, she looks like, yes, how are you? Carmilla looks over to you. How tall is Caspian?
Like 5'10"-ish.
Okay. She has a few inches on you. In that moment, it feels like you are looking down, like a dragon is looking down its nose at you. There is just this horrible, like sucking sound in your diaphragm of clenching before something hits you. No hit comes. It's just this sort of brief, instinctual, primal clench of fear that kind of washes away. Carmilla looks at you. Oh, and who might we have here?
Carrion of the Krivpouri.
Her eyebrow immediately ticks up, as does the woman in the green dress. Oh, we were actually hoping to see one of you here. Excellent. Do you mind if we dance? We can talk a little bit and arrange ourselves for later.
It would be my pleasure.
Carmilla looks at you and then looks over to, I think y'all shared a little bit of information, who you imagine would be Yvette, the green. I'll let you handle them. And she just sort of like moves back around Yvette and like drags her fingers across Yvette's shoulders, and you can feel as Yvette is like reaching out, like you take her hand, there is this little like clinch of uncomfort from Yvette. Powder, what are you doing?
I am avoiding the scary women. at the moment. And the scary men. I am
People do be
not
funny.
good at
You're
talking,
running out
and
of
the people
people.
that are good at talking have left me. So I'm going to back up out of the dance floor, probably towards Lila.
You're attempting to make yourself, I'm not a dance participant. I'm just...
Yeah, I'm not here.
Sure.
You know? But I will look around and try to see if I can read the lips of anybody that we've met so far that's important. The Empress, possibly the Prince if he's talking to somebody, the hosts, the guy in the pointiness.
Sure.
Yeah. Mhm.
Give me a perception check.
Okay. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. I also need to make a perception check. Mirabell. Give me a deception check. I think that's the closest thing that we can get here.
Okay.
We roll to see how well we did our makeup before we got there.
No. Okay, that's a little better. I used my inspiration.
You did your inspiration.
Nice.
Nice.
Yep. Okay, you said deception, so
Deception.
that is an 11.
11.
Deception, yeah.
Powder, you're noticing a couple things. That guy with the clipped ear that Lila noticed is very quickly falling in line, getting ready for the dance. And you would read his body language as something between like anxiety and like comfort. Just this like, is it time to go? Is it time to go? Is it time to go? Like that kind of like anticipatory energy. The guy in the sharp suit is like starting to fall in line with the dance, but is like making very like pleasant idle talk. You notice Commandant Elliot moving over towards both Judge Gresk and Claude Tolstvoy, and both of them say, "We're still meeting afterwards to discuss things, correct?" And both of the knights sort of nod. Elliot is like, "Yes, we need to get some details ironed out. I'm being pressed a little bit, and I could use some clarification." And Gresk is like, "You really need to stomach this pressure. We can't have things fall through at the last." Lila, you are getting ready. The dancing is beginning. I'll go a little bit long because I want to get some extra zhuzh here. Mirabell, you are currently dancing with Elliot Aqua. He is kind of pressing you a bit. "So, how long have you been working in alchemy?"
Dip and dabbling in alchemy for a time. Why do you ask?
I was just curious. I had not heard of the Krivpouri until recently. I was very interested in a project that is starting up, and I wanted to be a participant, but apparently you were so winning, so fetching, so skilled that the contract went to you, and I'm just curious as to why. What is your speciality?
I cannot trade my secrets.
Oh, surely we are talking shop just a little bit. Come on now. I, personally, am specializing in efficient at-scale laboratory metallurgy. Non-corruptive, non-corrosive metals. Built at scale. Large distances, you see. I would have thought us the perfect fit for such a project, and yet here you are. So where do you come from? What is your background?
Would we have worked that out during research time?
I am letting Bun take the lead on this improv.
I am taking the wheel on this, and I am anxious. Well, I can't considering I am under contract, that means I cannot speak about the details. I can say that it's a very intimate project that really can catch your attention. In terms of my background and what I do, I think that's a little bit more of a second date kind of question, don't you think?
That is fair. And this is a first date, then, I take it?
If you want it to be.
Well, what a pleasure. And your name was? I'm so rude, sorry.
Ruby.
Ruby. Interesting. Well,
What can I say? Shine like a gem.
indeed. Then I shall say a pleasant first date, and one I hope to follow up with soon. And you can see that the partner change is coming. He does a bow, graceful, long limbs. And as you pass to the next person, there is a slightly awkward squeaking of a shoe as someone makes themselves inserted into the pattern. You look familiar. Have I met you before? And Empress Carmilla has decided that you are her next dance partner. And I have decided that we will find out what happens next. Next week. Delicious.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Damn it, and I just distracted that one guy with flirting. Now I have to try and flirt with the Empress, too.
Oh, please.
Flirt with everybody.
Carmilla. Did panic in the chat? Oh, man. Excellent,
Yay,
excellent,
scary
excellent.
women.
Everybody getting flirting with.
I am...
He, she, they, it, everybody.
Everybody in the party get tipsy. I am so excited that we're in the party. I am hoping that this is a very enjoyable social intrigue encounter so far, and I am looking forward to what happens next as you encounter more of what's going on at this party. Until then, thank you so much for being such wonderfully delightful players. Thank you so much for being such a wonderfully delightful audience. I loved all the little chats that were going on. I was watching the whole time. Y'all are amazing. I love it. I cannot wait to bring you more of this story next week. But until then, love yourselves, love one another. Are you ready for more tales?
Always.
Goodbye, everybody.
That was creepy.